Hello, hello. Good morning. So, jump right into it. As you can see, I'm starting at a different time now because the pre-market has not been the most fruitful for me. Some of these runners have been insane. And of course, today I didn't play pre-market, and it looks like almost everything faded. Lobo, I'm gonna keep an eye on this one at open. CNSP, I could definitely see this one testing highs, but the locate fees are quite pricey right now for it. So I might that'll all depend on when the market opens. Sometimes when the market opens, the locates fees are not as outrageous. So, but as of right now, these locate fees are keeping me from being interested in this play. Pulling CNSP up on dilution tracker right now as well. Because this isn't nice that it's under VWAP. It's not in a terrible cash position. They have about 6.7 months of cash left. Very low institutional ownership. What was the news for this one? So it acquires orphan drug designation. Okay, good. It's not crypto affiliated. Yeah, it's not. It's looking like it's not that bad of a setup though for the VWAP fail. Since it's so close to market open, I'm gonna see what it does. But I hope the locate fees fall on it because this looks like a decent setup right now. This as well. So this one spiked up to or wicked up to almost 1350.
Verb.
Just got an alert for VERB. I'm not really playing spikes right now, but VERB's up about 40%. But yeah, so keeping an eye on this one. I could see this one retesting at market open. Lobo, it would have to make a very big move. So not confident in this one. CNSP, I like this one. I want to be in it. But the locate fees are pretty outrageous. If it tests the pre-market highs at open, depending on how much the
Verb.
locate fees are, I might enter it. Sounds like Verb is still running. Let's pull it up. Just get an eye on it. Pretty solid move. And boom. Wow. But yeah, so those are the main ones I'm looking at this morning. LICN's another one, but it's kind of just riding the 200 moving average right now. It's not wanting to completely die off though. That was a good at 4 o'clock. I don't know if any of y'all played this one. Opened, nice spike, and then gave back most of it. Tested the high again and then faded. A lot of money on the play on that one. Basically 10 to $5, 50% move. What are y'all looking at? Good morning. Let me know if it's buffering. It says error, YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain strong streaming, but let me know if you have trouble hearing me. I'll try to adjust something. But anyways, yeah, so those are the main things. I didn't play pre-market pops today because I've been getting rocked by these 1,000% moves. So that's why I'm live streaming at the time I am. It looks like HCWB wants to, I mean, doesn't want to give up. This one might could pop at market open. I wish one of these, this one I'm in love with right now, CNSP. And I shouldn't say in love with, but it's got my attention. I really think it's going to test pre-market highs, but the locate fees are insane on it right now. Yeah, 500 shares is $187. So I don't love it that much. If it gets up to this area and the locates drop a little bit, I'll be very interested, but missed two trade. Yeah, no. Honestly, Martin, there was so many. I didn't play pops today, and the pops paid off beautiful today. But that's how it works. Um, I just got to protect my capital because I've been giving a lot of it back to these 1,000% gainers. But I like this one. This is a nice stereotypical VWAP fell. It'll probably continue back down to these where it started, but I would like to see it pop up first because I don't want to enter here. One, because locate fees are high, and then it pop, and then because there's just the 930 opportunity right around the corner. Normally I'll enter whenever for these VWAP fails, but if it's like 30 minutes before market opens, there's a good chance that it's going to test the high. So I'd rather get a better average. HCWB, I did play this one. So I said I wasn't gonna play any pre-market spikes, and I really didn't, but so it popped up here, then it popped all the way up to 1150. So I let it decide where the high was, and then it came down to about 750, and then when it came back up, I entered it and made pretty well on that play. That's about the only play I entered, or it is the only play I entered today. It's not connected to TradeZero right now, but I'm up 1,200 on the day. So I'm gonna be very careful. That's kind of gonna be my mentality going forward. I've been giving a lot of my gains back to these 1,000%ers, and I'm over it. So, but I re-entered this one at 1150. I have another entry, a heavier entry at 1295 if it wants to test this when market opens, which I think there's a good chance. Falling below VWAP right here. This one, I think, Martin, have you looked at this one, dilution tracker, HCWB? I'm gonna pull it up. The reason I'm asking you, Martin, is because you always have a good interpretation. Oh yeah, this company's broke. This company has 0.9 months of cash left, cash burn of 3.56 million, only 6.8% institutional ownership, tiny float though. That makes me a little nervous. About 600K float. So with a float that size, it can tank fast or it can pump fast. So, but they released some news today about, what was it? Let me pull it up. Announces positive results of studies. So basically, was this, it doesn't even say phase 1 or phase 2. What is it? Sorry, I'm just trying to read the main points of this press release. I don't know, but it doesn't look exciting to me. It says the company has completed the GMP master cell bank and manufacturing process for HCW in 9206 with its drug master file submitted to the FDA. Is now seeking commercial partnerships. Well, that doesn't sound too bad. But yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye on this one. Poor financial on this one. And if they really want to try to push a drug to market or partnerships or whatever, they're going to need capital. So that's expensive. LICN again, CNSP, and then what was the other one I was looking at? The main one was Lobo, and it looks like it's popping a little bit right now. Yeah. Might be a VWAP retest. Might not be a bad entry there, honestly. But like I said, at 9:30, try to be a little bit more patient because I know there's a chance it could also test the pre-market highs. But this was trading about, I mean, it's not probably a bad entry. If it gets a little bit closer to VWAP, I might be interested in it. Small position. Then if it does make its way up to test the pre-market highs, I go heavier. But honestly, I want to play something. I'm not going to force it, but I do want to play something because I sat on my hands most of the day. Yeah, no, I love Shiza. I love the CNSP. That's probably my favorite option of the day. Not as appealing now that it's fading off, but I think this is a beautiful VWAP play, probably. From 9 to 9:30 isn't my favorite time to enter the VWAP plays because there's a good chance it could test pre-market highs and you can get a better entry, but I think this is going to give us a nice little test. But yeah, the fees are just outrageous on this one. But I'm trying to practice patience a little bit more, so I'm gonna hold off on Lobo. If it gets up to 226, 230, I'll enter like it's trying to break through VWAP, but I'm not gonna enter right here. Yeah, weird morning because I if you're not in the circle group, I have I kind of made my fame with these
BRTX.
with the pre-market pops, and they've been rocking me lately. So I'm very BRTX only up 16%. I'm gonna be very particular going forward with all these crypto affiliations. They have gotten me quite a few times this year, so I'm going to wait to see highs before I enter these stocks to know where the top is. And there were some good opportunities at 4 a.m. today as well. Was Lobo one? No, it wasn't Lobo. Can't remember which one it was, but beautiful opportunities this morning. Maybe it was LICN. Yeah, LICN. I need to pull up another trading view chart. Running out. Running out of room. But LICN was a nice one. Let me get it pulled up. So LICN, as you can see, after hours yesterday, it made a high about 950. Then it dropped to about 635. And at market open, this, or 4 a.m., this is what I talk about in like my course, and you hear me say it all the time. Something about right at 4 a.m., it'll show some crazy range sometimes. So 635 goes all the way up to 10 bucks, then comes back down. So if you get that pop,
BRTX.
there's a lot of money on the table there, and then it retests that high and then faded away. So beautiful opportunity. I'm still getting alerts. Let's see, what's is that BRD? BRTX is now up 26%. Let me get it pulled up. Yeah, now that I'm not entering these pops, being more careful, they've been giving it all back. But that wasn't that much of a move, only 184 to 230. But I want to keep LICN pulled up because I could see this one at least testing VWAP, and I would be interested because VWAP's not that far off from its highs. So if it gets up to VWAP, I'm interested. And I went ahead and got, oh, is it testing pre-market high right now? Nice. Oh, it broke through it too. Yeah, this one has a tiny float. This one could act up. And let's see, CNSP. So these are the main ones I'm looking at. Looks like LOBO is going down now. But yeah, LICN, I could see it pop into VWAP, but we'll see when the market opens. But yeah, those are kind of the 4 plays I'm looking at right now. HCWB, if it keeps breaking new highs, I'm not interested until it decides. I mean, that's just, it's clearly showing it's bullish. I think the news is underwhelming, and I think there's a good chance they could do an offering or try to raise capital in some way because they don't have any money. But as of right now, with it breaking new highs, not super interested in it. Even though technically that candle did not close over. So by my definition, it's not technically bullish, but it is breaking new highs. So it's more my rule of thumb. I wait for the candle to close above the high, but it's definitely hanging out above it, but still hasn't closed a 5-minute candle above it. Might not have been a bad entry there. Yeah, C and SP, this is looking like it could be one of our beautiful VWAP fades, but I'm gonna keep checking the locates. I don't know if y'all noticed this too. Sometimes the locates prices goes down after market opens. I'm not sure why that is. Like more are available, or people get rid of their shorts. I'm not sure. of their locates. Yeah, but yeah, it's still $187 for 500 shares. That's a lot. I would be, I would pay for that if it was testing highs, but I'm not paying for it right here. Honestly, I don't even know if I'd pay for it then. Let me do the math. So if it was at $3 times 5, that'd be 1,500. 180. No, that's a 12% locate fee. I wouldn't even pay it there. Yeah, locates on it are garbage. See what HCWB does. Tempted to put an entry here. Actually, I might. It's struggling breaking that high. I'm going to do a small position right here. I'm going to do small, but it's clearly struggling to hold above this, just reading the candle action. However, it's going to be a small position because pre-market or market open is in 8 minutes. And things can get wild. But this might be a beautiful entry, to be honest, because it's poor cash position at its highs from right now. It's wanting to break a new high though, but it still hasn't closed above. Could be this candle though. But yeah, so, and the reason why I'm a little bit pushing away from pre-market is because, like I was saying in the circle group, just I've been getting some pretty decent sized losses from some of these pre-market plays that I try to get in before there's a defined top. But I'll make it. But during intraday, I've been killing it, like from 9:30 to 4, just waiting a little while for them to make their highs and then jumping in after, the momentum's done. And they have been fading hard. So had a bad morning yesterday, but turned a really bad morning into not as bad of a day. Yeah, this might be the runner. The runner of the morning. Anything I'm missing? Anything that y'all are seeing looks interesting? Same. Yeah, no, Alex. It's the thing is, usually the market's pretty forgiving when you short, but last week and yesterday, not at all. But it's hard to gauge these ones that run 500 plus, 1,000%. Like you don't see that very often. And the crazy thing is, it's beautiful opportunities though. You can make a ton of money when stuff like that happens. Um, or you can lose a lot too, depending on what side you're on. So this is getting, it's kind of what I was saying. I could see it getting bullish. I'm out and I'll look to re-enter at some point, but this might be the runner, which is a good sign. It's not a crypto play, so that means it'll probably give back most of its gains. But it's a biotech, so you can almost put them with China plays. These plays like act up. They will run. There's some people that short that just completely avoid biotech companies because they run so they can run so hard, but they're always desperate for cash. That's why I like them, because out of all the stocks today, I wouldn't be surprised if this is the one that like pulls the offering though, because these biotech companies, they hit it big, they're doing good, but most of them like don't even have any revenue. They're in research mode trying to like create new drugs. They don't have like steady revenue coming in. And I'm talking about the small ones that we trade. Obviously, the big ones usually have lines of a bunch of different lines of drugs. Three minutes till market opens. Yeah, I hope LICN gets to VWAP. I'll kind of go over my plan with all these. So gets to VWAP, small entry, and then if it gets to try to test $10, I'll go heavy. LOB, oh, similar story. If it gets a little bit higher to the 220, 230 range, small entry. A little bit smaller entry than LICN, just because the gap is so much bigger from the VWAP to the high day. So small entry, then heavy entry around 350. CNSP. The only way I'm entering this is if locate fees go down and it tests the 330 range. HCWB, I want to see it. I want to see where the highs are for this one. Like, this thing looks like it wants to take off. Market's open. No big moves yet from anything. HCWB, initial red candle. However, the first candle is usually a fake out candle, so there's a good chance this could bounce up. Oh man, that might not have been a bad intro. Oh, this is CNSP though, because it's Anybody check to see if the locate fees are still insane on this one? Even higher. So, not interested. Nothing is too exciting right now. HCWB, no locates. It's not a good sign. Dang, HCWB is 150 bucks for 100 shares for the locates. Jeez, that's crazy. Yeah, I got mine early and they were I think the typical like $4 or whatever. So this one does, I mean, I don't know if I should even talk about it if none of y'all even have locates on this one because they're so pricey, but I could see between the locate fees being high on this one, the tiny float, this might be one to stay away from, honestly. I could see this one breaking a new high. Lobo, if it gets a tiny bit higher, I'll look for entry here. But nothing, no beautiful setups this morning. There were plenty in pre-market for the VWAP fade, but I wasn't playing them this morning. Is Lobo even moving? Halt down on HCWB on the pre-market test. Got rejected hard, as you can see. So I'm back in the green on this one. I entered on this test. I didn't really verbalize it because I thought it was ill-advised, but I did re-enter right here. So my average is 14.13. So I'm kind of nervous about telling y'all all my entries after I told y'all the dollar entry on XTT. But this one is looking bullish. Still, it could easily, when it unhalts, turns green and take off. So I'm going to secure profits on this move. Because it looks like it's going to open around 12.13 or 12.30, which puts me about 450 in the money. So I'll probably take profits here, or at least most profits here. Because when you see that the locate fees are high, that tells you people like us are not entering it. A lot of shorts are not entering it. Shorts, they do apply downward pressure on the stock. We also see it's a biotech company, which they have a tendency to run, and it has a low float. So it does have a poor financial situation. All that's true, but sometimes they will still run. But I'm gonna keep an eye on this one throughout the day though, because if it loses momentum and falls below VWAP, I might re-enter again. Dang, I wish I had locates for CNSP. Did Lobo halt? Like it's been at 215. Yeah, it looks like it halted up. This one's gonna have some tight. I mean, that's not even that big of a move. But it was trading for 73 cents, so it's gonna have tight halt bands. But yeah, no beautiful setups this morning. CNSP is the one I want to be in, but until those locate fees go down. Wow, what a rejection. It's trying to test this level. As you can see, it kept wicking up to this level, kept wicking up, and failed. Did they just drop an offering or something? Oh, they did. Dang, I had my alerts on for if they did that. Crap. I had my volume all the way down. Oh no. I might start playing these once I see news of offering. I might start playing. Dang, this is exactly the move I was wanting. And I turned my volume down. So since I got stock Titan, I'm going to get notifications when these companies do offerings. It might, in the past I played these, but you got to be by your computer and ready when this happens. But if you, like I said, we saw when it was going down. If we would have put an entry there, knowing that it was an offering, this thing's probably going to go back to where it started. Wow, nice play though. And this is why this has to be so frustrating for a long. It was about to get momentum, and then they pull out an offering on their shareholders. But yeah, I need to turn the volume up. That would have helped. Frustrated about that. Unforced error. Because I would have been ready for an entry then. I would have paid the locates for that move. So waiting for HCWB. Sorry, it's not a very exciting. A lot of opportunities. Lobo opened, halted up. Again, it looks like if this has tight band, I'm not going to enter. I probably won't enter until, well, let me see what it's saying it's going to open now. Yeah, this one's going to be a hard one to play if the halt bands are this tight. It's probably not a bad entry. And again, when I say this, I'm talking about for myself, not for y'all. Because I'm not a financial advisor. Make that very clear. So for me, I'm thinking about it not being a bad entry right here. But with these tight halt bands, I'm probably going to pass. I'll probably wait till see if it tests highs. Do I have locates on this one? So I already have locates on it. So I might enter a small position at VWAP right here, see if it fails. Don't love it, but I'm gonna enter a small position. Keep an eye on HCWB, see what it does, because now we have a good defined high. Looks like it's going to be about 1650. So even if it halts down, comes back, I will definitely enter again in this range. Because it already rejected one.
ICCT.
ICCT, just got an alert for it. ICCT's got a nice little pop right now. I'm not interested, but I'm usually interested in these kind of moves, but ICCT, want to wait on it. So I put in a 400 shares right here to see if it looks like it's gonna open around 240. When it opens at 240, I'm gonna hope it halts down, and if not, I'm gonna enter probably 1,000 shares. Around 330 to 350 is my game plan. Ready for this one to open up because I just want to be out of this position. And then I'll re-enter with a better feel because I'm 14. I think 14. Yeah, 14, 13 is my average right now. I'd rather it be closer to 16. So I'm gonna sell off all my shares or cover all my shares, and then re-enter if it gets back there. ICCT completely gave it all back, and this is why I used to, up until this point, play pops, because majority of the time they give it back, but I'm gonna take a break from pops. So this played out exactly how I wanted it to. That's why I entered it. Hopefully it stays this way, but it unhalted, I got filled, then it halted down, so keep an eye on it. Hopefully it keeps going down, and if not, I'll enter heavier here. I only entered 400 shares, so I'm only like 60 bucks in the money, but I'm gonna sit on it, hold it, ride it down to see if it comes back to VWAP, or to, sorry, 200 moving average. It's saying it's going to open at $2. I hope it does. So now I'm out of HCWB. Got filled at 250, I think, or 1250, 1259. So
CNSP.
I'll consider re-entering this one at 16. And if this one falls below VWAP, it's not a bad VWAP fail play either, especially with its current cash position. And it looks like it wants to keep going down. But I have another entry at 16 and 1645. Well, 1595. I don't, and 14 and 1645. Yeah, sorry.
ICCT.
Ooh, ICCT. Now it's starting to get more interesting levels. Where could it go to? It's definitely going to test this. Oh, and it kind of already did. It's going to test this area. Trying to stay away from initial pops, but I gotta enter this one. Small position. This is a pretty good setup. Super cheap locates too. I like that. I think it halted up before I got my entry. Crap.
Mogo.
So I got alerts for offerings, but it says Mogo portfolio company WonderFi announces definite agreement to be acquired by Robinhood Markets. That thing might pop. MOGO. It is popping. Hold it up. Yeah, this one could rage on that news. Staying away from it. I actually like looking at the news again. I used to not have to, but it's probably a good practice to see why these things are popping. But most periods, it doesn't matter. They usually just they come back down. But with the crypto names and me trying to avoid those. Okay, HCWB, I'm going to re-enter right here at this VWAP. I could see it continuing to go down here. This is kind of like the VWAP fade I talk about. Not going super heavy though. And then I'll re-enter heavier at 16. Waiting to see where LOBO opens. So far, it's been a MOGO cash position all green. Oh, I know why I'm getting alerts now. Turned on the wrong one. Yeah, I hate I missed that CNSP offering news drop. So I'm gonna be looking at if I'm gonna be looking at news now, I'm gonna try to catch these two when they drop the offering news. I've had success with it in the past. You don't have to be the first one to enter it, but I wasn't ready for this one. HCWB breaking above VWAP. Let's see if it holds. Yeah, CNSP will fade away probably since they dropped that offering. Every now and then you'll see them come back, but most of the time they fade off. It's still in like a very bullish pattern, but again, we know the financials of this situation. So I entered a small position below VWAP and we'll re-enter heavier at 16. But that's kind of the main things I'm looking at. I'm in LOBO, obviously CNSP, not interested anymore. ICCT, oh, I do have an entry when this unhalts right here. And if it breaks, yeah, there's a lot of resistance in this area. If it breaks 3, I'm out. But I think it'll halt down. Let's see what it does. Boom.
ICCT.
Still bullish. And I think ICCT has gotten me before too. So I'm gonna keep an eye on this $3 level. And it's looking like it wants to break past it. But I'm gonna wait for the 5-minute to close above it. Entered some at the $3 level, so help my average. And if it breaks over 3, I'm just gonna get out. And holds. Y'all know what I've defined that by. HCWB looks like it halted up. LOBO still hasn't, LOBO still hasn't opened. Why is ICCT popping?
ICCT.
Ooh, it's getting bullish. I don't see any news with ICCT. Unless I'm missing something. If there's no news, I'm gonna let it play to at least 350 then. Cause yeah, I don't know why it's popping. Let me do some more research. Because that makes me even more excited when they pop and there's no like actual real news. Sorry, I've been ignoring the chat. So this is kind of the level I want to see if it breaks through this 350 level. I actually re-entered here. So I have a pretty good average now. But yeah, with this thing pumping on no news, that gets me excited. Could it still go against me? For sure. But those news pumps are my favorite. HCWB, see what it did. LOBO, let's go. It opened. It's at 185 now. That was a good entry. Cool. Thing is done now. It's the bold statement to say it's done, but I could see it coming to the 200 moving average now. Martin, you said the monthly pivot's at 411. Well, isn't that a good? Is that a good entry then? Let's see, we're 4. Makes sense. There's a lot of resistance here too. If it gets above 350, I'm gonna trim most of my shares and then see what happens. But I do like that this is a no news pump. Trying to see what the chats are saying. HCWB unhalted. Yeah, I agree, CJ. It's going to test. I only entered 100 shares at the VWAP, and I'm going to enter 300 between 15.95 and 16.45. ICCT looks like it's giving some of it back. Sorry, I'm a mobile trader. I'm not the best with this. So my average is a little north of $3 with ICCT, so not far off now. It's a beautiful, beautiful red candle though. Makes me believe it's gonna go lower. Lobo's at 160. Let's go. Did anybody get into this one? The VWAP? I'm up I'm up 400 on it right now. Come on, ICCT. It's be good spot to fail. It's putting up a fight though. ICCT, this one, I feel like this one might have gotten me in the past too. This one can go pretty hard. Yeah, it got up to $8 in March. So this is not going to be the one I just ride out and hope for the best. I really would like to see this 5-minute candle close under 350.
Mogo.
Good, good. Go down. Just got an alert for Mogo. Look at CNSP. Man, wish I would have caught that offer news drop. But MOGO, I figured this one would rage with the partnership or acquisition of Robinhood, whatever the news was. I don't like entering plays that I think the news is good, so I'm gonna avoid it. Did this one close? This one closed right at 350. Might trim some here just to be safe. Make my position a little smaller, and then I'll re-enter at 4. And then if it breaks 4, I'm completely out. Having a good day. Don't want ICCT to stop that. Curious to see where this one opens up. HCWB, I think it wants to test the highs though, like you said, CJ. HCWB, heavy entries at 15.95 and 16.45 for me. As it tests the high of the day. If it breaks and holds, I'm out quick though, because low float. Yeah, it's not very bullish candles. It's still going up, but these long wicks at the top tells me it's probably not gonna hold up. This might not be a bad VWAP play. Let me see what its financials are. ICCT. Oh, this company has no money. ICCT has negative months of cash left and has no money. Like literally it says negative finances, only 2% institutional ownership. Yeah, if this falls below VWAP, I might add heavy to it. But I'm feeling good where I'm at. Remy, yeah, obviously, like I always say, can't give advice, but ICCT looks good to me. Okay, HCWB open. It wicked up to 1566. Does it fail here or does it test? I entered at another position at 1520 just in case it doesn't test. I want to be a part of this when it fails, if it fails. Not guaranteeing anything. This thing has a low float and it's a biotech, so. And I work today, so my boss will be calling me. I'm surprised he actually hasn't called me. He likes to call me at 10 o'clock. So if he does, I'm gonna bounce. But you'll see what I'm looking at today. HCWB, I'm in. ICCT, I'm in. Might be a VWAP fade opportunity here very soon. Someone in the chat, I can't remember who it was, mentioned they weren't too interested in ICCT, but I'm very interested in this one. It's a no news pump, and very poor financials. So I changed up my game plan. I'm gonna keep adding all the way up to 4. And oh, it was Martin. That's right, Martin, because it said there's a pivot level there and there's some resistance there. So it's going to have to break 4 and hold for me to get out of this thing because no news, poor financials. I like it. Lobo. Yeah, just going to write this one down to the 200. And MOGO, not interested. I don't play, like, even if this thing goes to $10, I don't think it will. I'm not really that interested because I play things that either has bad news or overreaction to a news and poor financial positions. This might actually be decent news. I haven't looked into the details of this, but it mentioned Robinhood, and Robinhood has this like cult following, so I'm just not going to mess with this one right now. But y'all see what I'm looking at? And we'll I'm probably going to bounce here soon. HCWB, let's go. Failed. So feeling good about this one now. Kind of a weird morning. Again, I didn't play any of the pops. I like playing pops usually, but or at pre-market pops. I know I'm playing one with ICCT now, but there's definitely some opportunities, and there will be more. So I'll be in the circle group war room chat today if I see anything. And please share if you have any member alerts. We have quite a good member alerts throughout the day, and I appreciate when y'all do that because I don't see everything. So anyways, like, subscribe, and join the circle group. I did launch a shorting course, and I probably will start charging for the group soon. I'm gonna grandfather everybody in, but that's in before I do it, but I don't want the group to get too big. We're up to, I think, almost 40 members now, or over 40 members, so I don't want a massive group. But hope you enjoy the live stream today. Thank y'all for hopping on, and hopefully we'll make some money today. See y'all later.